Mountain regions. These habitats are normally very cold and windy. In some areas, snowfalls may take place in winters. There is a large variety of plants and animals living in the mountain regions. Have you seen the kinds of trees shown in figure 9.6? If you live in a mountain region or have visited one, you may have seen a large number of such trees. But have you ever noticed such trees naturally growing on in other regions? How are these trees adapted to the conditions prevailing in their habitats? These trees are normally cone-shaped and having sloping branches. The leaves of some of these trees are needle-like. This helps the rainwater and snow to slide off easily. There could be trees with shapes very different from these that are also present on mountains. They may have different kind of adaptations to survive on the mountains. Animals living in the mountain region are also adapted to the conditions there. They have thick skin or fur to protect them from cold. For example, yaks have long hair to keep them warm. Snow leopard has thick fur on its body, including feet and toes. This protects its feet from the cold when it walks on the snow. The mountain goats have strong hooves for running up the rocky slopes of the mountains. As we go up in the mountainous regions, the surroundings change and we see different kinds of adaptations at different heights. Grassland. A lion lives in a forest or a grassland and is a strong animal that can hunt and kill animals like deer. It is light brown in color. Look at the picture of a lion and that of a deer. Figure 9.8. How are the eyes placed in the face for these two animals? Are they in the front or they in the side of the face? Lions have long claws in their front legs that can be withdrawn inside the toes. Do the features of the lion help it in any way to survive? Its light brown color helps to hide a dry grassland when it hunts for prey. The eyes in front of the face allow it to have a correct idea about the location of its prey. A deer is another animal that lives in a forest and grassland. It has very strong teeth for chewing hard plant stem of the forest. A deer needs to know about the presence of predators in order to run away from them and not become their prey. It has long ears to hear movements of predators. The eyes on the side of its head allow it to look in all directions for the danger. The speed of the deer helps them to run away from the predators. There are many other features of a lion, a deer, or other animals and plants that help them to survive in their habitat. Some aquatic habitats, oceans. We already discussed how fish are adapted to live in sea. Many other sea animals have streamlined bodies to help them move easily in water. There are some sea animals like squids and octopus which do not have this streamlined shape. They stay deeper in the ocean, near the seabed and catch any prey that moves towards them. However, when they move in water, they make their body shape streamlined. These animals have gills to help them use oxygen dissolved in water. There are some sea animals like dolphin and whales that do not have Gills. They breathe in air through nostrils or blowholes that are located on the upper part of their heads. This allows them to breathe in air when they swim near the surface of water. They can stay inside the water for a long time without breathing. They come out to the surface for some time to breathe in air. Did you ever see this interesting activity of dolphins in television program or films on ocean life? Ponds and lakes. Have you seen plants growing in ponds, lakes, rivers, and even some drains? Go on a field trip to a nearby pond if possible and try to observe the kinds of plants that are seen here. Observe the leaves, stems, and roots of these plants. Some of these plants have their roots fixed in the soil below the water. Figure 9.9. In terrestrial plants, roots normally play a very important role in the absorption of nutrients and water from the soil. However, the aquatic plants' roots are much reduced in size and their main function is to hold the plant in place. The stem of these plants are long, hollow, and light. The stems grow up to the surface of water while the leaves and flowers float on the surface of water. Some aquatic plants are submerged in water. All parts of such plants are underwater. Some of these plants have narrow and thin ribbon-like leaves. These can bend in the flowing water. In some submerged plants, leaves are often highly divided through which the water can easily flow without damaging them. Frogs usually live in ponds. Frogs can stay both inside the water as well as on the land. They have strong back legs that help them in leaping and catching their prey. They can webbed feet which help them to swim in water. We have discussed only a few common animals and plants compared to the wide variety that live in different habitats. You may have also noticed the very wide variety in plants around you. When you prepared a herbarium as part of the suggested activities in chapter 7, imagine the kind of variety that you could see in a herbarium of the leaves of plants from all regions of the earth.